Hello guys, Greg back with another video on a channel that is all killer, no filler. Now lots of us love the summer fresh style fragrances, but the issue with a lot of those fragrances is that they don't tend to last very long, they don't generally tend to perform very well. So I'm going to show you some fragrances from my collection that are in that fresh summer style, but they've still got good performance. It's not a list of my personal favourites, and they're all good ones, they're all well reviewed, they're all liked generally by other people, and I do like them. But the list is all about the performance rather than, necessarily being my favourites. They're not all beast mode. They all perform above average for what you'd expect in this area. I've tried to mix it up a bit. I've got some niche in here, but some very affordable designers as well. So there's a bit of something in here for everyone. Before we crack on with the actual list, the ones that you can see in front of you at the moment are some honourable mentions. These are all really well known already, so I didn't think I'd put them in the list. So we've got Bleu de Chanel, which obviously needs no introduction. Dior Sauvage, Eau de Parfum or EDT, very long lasting. We've got Rogers Elysium, and we've got Acqua di Gio Profondo, and then last but not least for the honourable mentions, the classic L'Odyssée Issey Miyake. All of those, would be on the list. They're all superb smelling fragrances, great performance. But as I said, I thought I'd put some in here that are a little bit less talked about. So we'll crack on with the list. I've got 12 to show you, not in any order of preference, but let's get on with it. So the first one I'm going to show you is from Ralph Lauren, and this one is called Ralph Lauren Polo Deep Blue Parfum. It's a very pleasing, inoffensive fragrance, but it's not unique at all. If you just want to smell fresh and clean and you're not too worried about standing out, this is a good option. It's your typical blue oceanic fragrance. Lots of ambroxan in here. Like I say, it's predominantly oceanic. It's mixed with citrus, cypress. There's a green mango note in here, which doesn't to me really smell like mango. It's more of a generic fruitiness that's in there. Longevity on this one's very good. Projection's above average, for a fresh blue fragrance. And at the time of filming, this one was £70 for 125ml on the Tino UK. So pretty good value for what's a good quality fragrance. So next I've got 3 from the same house. I couldn't really split these, so I thought I'd put them all in because they're all worthy of the list. And the house is Parfum de Marly. And the first one that we've got is this one, Percival. I really enjoy this one, but I do think it's overpriced. It's very similar to Mont Blanc Legend. It's also not quite so much, but it's similar to Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. It's definitely better quality than both of those, and it does perform really well. But I just think the difference in price, particularly between this and Mont Blanc Legend, doesn't really sort of justify. The quality difference isn't enough to justify the price difference. But to summarise what you'll get from this one, it's lavender, geranium, and mandarin, and then you get lots of woods and lots of musks in here. It's very aromatic. Throughout the whole fragrance, very clean, a mass appealing fragrance, and very nice. But it's, like I said, it's not creative or very different. And the second one we've got from Parfum de Marly is this one, and this is Sidley. Now, it's got a blend of notes in here that do give a very almost a designer type fragrance. It's very crowd pleasing, but it's good. It is very good quality. It's much like Percival and other fragrances from this house. It's not particularly creative, but it is good quality. It's a combination of lemon, mint, and lavender, and then ambroxan in here, which seems to be the must-have ingredient in these types of fragrances these days. But there's some development in this one. You get some leather and some woods and vetiver in here as well as it develops. But the ambroxan is really sort of there throughout, and what is one of the key notes in here. But I think it's one of the most popular ones from the house at the moment, and it is very good. And the third one that we've got is this one, Galloway. And this one gets not quite so much as talk as a lot of the other ones from Parfum de Marly, but I think it's very good. It's actually quite different to other fragrances in this sort of area and this type. Not particularly complex, but it doesn't smell like anything else that I can think of. And to break it down simply, it's a mix of citrus, musk and pepper, and it's got like a floral undertone to it. There's a lot more notes in here, but that's really what you're going to get, is what I just described. And it's kind of musky and powdery, just smells really pleasing and really good. And out of these three, it's actually the best performing. I get about 8 hours of good performance from that on my skin, so definitely a good option. Now I've got an affordable one to show you next. From Azzaro, this is Chrome Extreme. Now, I'm not a massive fan of the Chrome series of fragrances, but this one's actually really good and it's very affordable. And as with all of the Chrome fragrances, it's got kind of that metallic feel to it. And in this one, it's mixed with the smell of the sea, so it's got that salty seawater smell. And it's freshened up with mandarin. Gives it kind of a little vibrant freshness. To my nose, there's tons of Isoe Super and or Cashmerean in here, which both of them have got that sort of familiar artificial musky woody scent. But all in all, it's very good, this one. Lasts all day for me, and it projects for about 3 or 4 hours really well. So I was quite impressed with that one. Next up, this is a really beautiful tropical summer fragrance. This is from Simeon Andreoli, and this is Malibu Party in the Bay. It's also called, in some places, depending on which version you get, it's called Malibu EDT Intense, but it's the same fragrance. If you're a fan of Creed's Virgin Island water, this is a good alternative. It's very similar, being coconut, lime and rum based. There's some subtle differences, but if you walk past somebody wearing this, you probably, might not be able to tell the difference unless you're very, really up close with them, between this and Virgin Island water. But it's a perfect tropical smelling scent. Just smells like summer. Good performance on my skin, really good actually, for projection, sillage and longevity. And this one's £145 for 100 ml, so it's almost sort of half the price of Virgin Island water, but as I say, it's comparable in quality for me. Next up, this one's one from a higher price range. From Profumum Aroma, this one is Aquaviva. Now, I'm going to say something that might get in your head and you're not going to be able to unhear or unsmell this, but this one reminds me of Lemsip. If anyone's not from the UK and you don't know what it is, Lemsip's like a cold and flu drink. It's strong lemon and it's got paracetamol. Don't let it put you off. It just reminds me of that, but this is really an excellent fragrance. It's the best performing lemon dominant fragrance that I've ever come across. It's quite a simple composition, but it's very well crafted and high quality. You're just going to get high quality lemon, cypress and cedar. It's what I really get from this, but it lasts all day. It's beautiful and fresh. It's quite deep as well for a citrus dominant fragrance, but it's one of my favourites from that house and I do recommend it. Another expensive one next, from Bond Number 9. This one is The Scent of Peace for Him. And this one came out in 2013, and I think this was Bond Number 9's answer to Creed Aventus. Strangely, they had another fragrance come out in the same year that was very, very similar to this, and that was just called Bond Number 9, but that was discontinued quite quickly. But this is a pineapple dominant fragrance. It's got some pine, lots of cedar, not particularly unique or complex, but very pleasant, excellent performance in all areas. And to my nose, it's similar to Aventus. It's by no means a clone. It's just in the same family, but it's definitely a good alternative. Right, next we have one from Manera, and this is Oud Lemon Mint. I've heard other people say there's no mint in this. There definitely is mint in here, but it's probably this shouldn't have been called Oud Lemon Mint, because there are more prominent notes in here than mint. There's lots of almond in here, which is really the key player with the lemon and the oud. I'm reluctant to say oud because this isn't what I recognise as real oud, but it's what we accept as being oud in this type of fragrance. Now this is more of an all year round fragrance than a summer fragrance, because it's got that oud in there, but with that heavy dose of sweet lemon, it does work well for summer. Like I say, it's got that signature Manera oud, which is what I was alluding to earlier. It's kind of synthetic, but not unpleasant. It's very wearable. It's also very strong. And there's a good dose of vanilla in here, which again is done in that very Manera way that you'll know if you've tried their fragrances. Excellent performance in all areas, this one. and you're not likely to smell this one on anyone else, which I always think is a real positive. So that is Oud Lemon Mint from Manera. So in the next one we've got a house that I very rarely feature. I don't own very many fragrances from this house. And this is from Bulgari, a very plain bottle, and it's called Tiger. This is a really, really good fragrance. In truth, it's probably, well, not probably, it's definitely overpriced for what it is. But it's a beautiful, it's sort of grapefruit, ginger, and musk combination. Lots of ambroxan running through this one. Not hugely creative, but it smells beautiful and really lasts well. But it is an expensive fragrance. I can't remember, apologies, off the top of my head how much it costs, but I think you're probably approaching 300 quid, something like that for that bottle. Next one, this is my go-to day or night, sort of if I'm going out somewhere for an event or, you know, to pub or things like that. This is the one I wear in the summer. EDT Neo. And this is aromatic green citrus. It's got woods in here, spice. There's lots of neroli throughout this one, lots of vetiver in the base. Can't really break this down and give you a review in a sentence, but if you've tried this, haven't tried this, you really do. This is the one that starts more conversations for me than any other fragrance. I always get asked what I'm wearing when I wear that fragrance when I'm out and about. And the last one for today's list is one from Aquade, and this is the superb Colonia Essenza. And it's my favourite fragrance from the Colonia line, which I love. But this is, to me, one of those fragrances that has something magical about it. It just makes you feel amazing when you wear it. And to my nose, it's a blend of citrus, neroli, and musk, and it's done in a beautiful way. Projection and sillage are moderate on this, but the longevity is very good. And of course, you can always reapply it if you want that burst of freshness again. So there you go. That's my list, guys. That's long-lasting summer fresh fragrances. Thanks for watching, as always. Hope you enjoyed it. Please help me out. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you're not subscribed, please just do take a few seconds to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so that you get notified of any new videos. And yeah, I'll be back very soon with another video. Thanks again, guys.